Information. The world of technology right now is driven by information. What's really funny, when you look at it, if you know, now this is for some of the Christian geeks that we have out in the audience. If you were to get a visible view of what you see on the computer, it would be a constant redundancy of numerals. 1 0, 1 0, 1 0, 1 0. You know, X's and O's just constantly repeated, but in various volumes and in various forms, they send different messages. But here's the teaching point here. In the world of technology, redundancy is very important. For example, what I mean by that is on your computer, when you save a file, what it's actually doing is it's making a duplication of what you've already typed in that Word document. It's duplicating, saving it somewhere so that it can be retrieved. Redundancy, repeating what you have already created. That's very important in the world of technology. Redundancy is a requirement in order to back up all the great information that's out there on what we call the information highway. Now, went through all of those expressions to drive home this teaching point. Truth is repeatable. And important truth is always repeated. All right. Important truth is what we pass on from one generation to another. At the top of the program, I share with you, there was a time where we didn't have what we would call written correspondence. We didn't have the ability to relay information to a upcoming or later generation in writing. So that information was carried through oral communication. That oral information became the technical redundancy that helped to bring stabilization from one civilization to another. One civilization understood the norms and culture and tradition of a previous because of what was transmitted orally. Oral repetition is perhaps the oldest form of communication. This is where this gets interesting. So what we repeat is associated to how we live. Oral communication is the oldest form of cascading information from one generation to another. It's very important when it comes to understanding repeatable truth. Truth that we repeat, or truth that we have heard and we repeat the truth that we have heard, has a huge influence and impact on how we live. All right. So here's the purpose for sharing this. In this passage, the Bible says, verse 32, "And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Truth that is repeatable, truth that is reliable. And we've been talking about truth that is absolute. It doesn't change. It cannot be modified. It exists in its own form. All right. It doesn't require our input or our reshaping or our opinion. It simply is. It's an absolute within itself. When we begin to repeat absolute truth, it has an impact on our life. So what I want to do with today's message is challenge you in regards to what you say about you. Your confession, your daily confession, your ongoing confession. Because what you say impacts how you live.